What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, and in today's video talking to you guys some more about Bleach Rebirth of Souls, because just yesterday we got this tweet right here from the official Bleach Rebirth of Souls Twitter account, and it reads, "Thank you for your continued support of hashtag Bleach Rebirth of Souls. To better understand player feedback, please complete the following survey about your experience by April 22nd, 7:59 a.m. Pacific time. Please check below to find your survey language." And so, if we go ahead and just boom, there we go. We've got the survey right here. These bright white pages, man. You see how bright I am, man? I'm getting flashbanged out here. We got to do something like this. I need universal dark mode, bro. I'm tired of getting flashbanged like this whenever I record videos like this. But I think this is important, worthwhile, and worth doing in a video because this is something I encourage all of you to do. And I haven't skimmed through this or looked through this at all, so I don't know what questions this will entail. But it says there's 20 of them. It should take about 10 minutes. Will probably take me a little bit longer because I'm making a video out of it. I'm sure I'll be pausing to talk with you and everything like that. But links to this will be in the description down below and also as a pinned comment, so you can be sure to take it for yourself and give your input and your feedback so far on Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I love seeing stuff like this. I like that they got the patch out that they did. I like that they're doing a survey to see how we feel and everything like that. I hope they continue to give this type of support and everything like that. English is already selected, so let's go ahead and dive in. Also, can I zoom in? Yes, we can. Boom, that looks a lot better for you guys. Please select the option that applies to your ownership situation with the official release version of Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I own it, purchase it myself. I own it, did not purchase it myself. I don't own it, not aware of Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I own the game on both console and PC, but those were both gifted to me by Bandai Namco themselves. Thank you very much for that. So I own it, but did not purchase it myself. Would have, you know what I'm saying, but I'm fortunate enough that I didn't have to spend my own money. Please select the device you use to play Rebirth of Souls, so that'd be PS5 and PC. Oh, well, I have it on both. I'm mostly playing on PlayStation. I can only select one. So we'll say PS5. Please select the option that applies to your situation with Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I have not played the game yet. I played it, but I'm not playing it currently. I am currently playing. Next, please choose your overall level of satisfaction with the game. Bleach Rebirth of Souls on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 equals not satisfied at all, and 10 is very satisfied. So this one's interesting, and we're talking about it just a tiny little bit because I thought about making a video called like an honest review of Bleach Rebirth of Souls and giving a lot of my thoughts and opinions and criticisms, pros and cons, and everything like that on the game. Because while it does a lot of things right, I do think that it does some things wrong. It falls short in some areas. Overall, I'm enjoying the game. And you know, we kind of went through something similar to this with Sparking Zero, where I gave a lot of criticism and I was like, it's fun at first, but it falls short in a lot of areas. This game isn't that different in terms of like that feeling, but definitely for different reasons and everything like that. Overall, do I think this game is better than Sparking Zero, or am I enjoying it more? It's up in the air. I kind of was leaning more toward this game, but again, I still have some criticisms and everything like that. It's hard to say because I don't think it's a bad game, right? But when you factor in, you know, the lack of just even online modes, whether it's like no ranked or lobbies being limited to only 2 players, the inability to spectate your friends and other players' matches and everything like that. And then personally, I'm very unimpressed with the story mode. It started off with a good start, and I thought it was going to be something more enjoyable and more interesting than what it ultimately ended up being. I actually think that it's very lackluster and kind of been a chore to get through, which is why I still haven't finished it. I do intend on finishing it, but we're like 2 weeks after the game's released. I still haven't finished this because it's very long, but it's not long because it's just jam-packed full of so much content and it's just so well done and everything like that. It's long just because it's so slow and boring in my personal opinion. You may not agree with that, but yeah. So, and then obviously you had like bugs and glitches and everything like that, and like gameplay problems that they did fix a lot of in this most recent patch. I would say that right now, I'm probably just gonna sit on the fence a little bit and just say that it's okay. I think the game is just okay. I think it could be a lot better. I think it has a lot of potential. So I'm gonna give it like a 5, maybe a 6. Nah, I can't even give it a 6 just because of like the lack of things that I feel like are like non-negotiable, like bare necessities that it should have. Like we can talk about there being a silver lining or blessing in disguise that there was no ranked, and because, you know, oh, the cheese strats and this and that. Whatever the case may be, however you feel about that, I do still think that it's kind of inexcusable that this game didn't launch with that, regardless of how you want us to take a step back and look at it. Like I said, the lobbies, the spectating, obviously the online is good. It's not great. It's okay. It's not great. The story mode being lackluster, and then yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It's definitely better than most anime games we've gotten over the last 5 to 10 years, I would say, but the bar is so low, I don't think that's saying a whole lot. I'm gonna give it a 5. I know that might be a bit controversial. I think this game could get up to a 7 or 8 pretty easily with some more patches and some more updates, extra content, DLC and everything like that. But right now I'm gonna give it a 5. I think, you know, if you ask me on any other day, My opinion on that could change. If you ask me tomorrow, my opinion could be different. My score could be different. But right now, that's where I'm gonna go. Please select all the features or elements you have experienced while playing. Main story, yes. Secret story, I haven't done that stuff yet. Battle mode, mission mode, store, training, tutorial, extras, online battle. Yeah, I haven't done any of the secret story stuff yet, but I have done basically everything else. Please select one option from the following list that best reflects your satisfaction with the game Bleach Rebirth of Souls in terms of each of the game features. Okay, cool. So we can get a little bit more detailed with how I feel about certain aspects of the game. So story volume. So I'm assuming that they mean just the amount of content that the story has to offer. So it doesn't really say, okay. So I don't really get to grade it based on how well I think the story is done or anything like that. Just off the volume of it, I mean, I'm satisfied, I guess. Like, it goes up to a Rancor, you know, with not having had a Bleach game in so long, with there being so much more to the story. You would have liked for it to gone up to 1000 Year Blood War, especially since that's what's hype and current and ongoing and what's, you know, relevant right now, but I don't mind it. This is number of story arcs. Wait, is that not the same thing? Wait, so then it's by story volume. So I assume they meant volume like amount, not volume like sound. With them saying the number of story arcs, aren't those going hand in hand? I'm a little bit confused on that. I'm gonna just go satisfied. Now it's got me questioning the volume one, because they surely just don't mean the audio, right? But they might be, because they're talking about the camera and the systems and the UI and everything. I'm just gonna say satisfied still. Character lineup, I'm satisfied. Obviously there are characters that are missing, but some of those characters are characters that just, you know, we don't find until later arcs. I know there's a lot of Orihime fans out there that are disappointed that she's not playable, and there's two camps when it comes to that. There's some people that say, well, how would Orihime play in this game anyway, and she's a support character and blah blah blah. But there are other games where Orihime is playable. I forget the exact name of it, but there's a game that I played on Globku's channel, you know, for a tournament or whatever, and I'm pretty sure my opponent in that tournament was playing Orihime, if I remember correctly. I was playing Momo. So like it's possible. They could definitely do it if they wanted. In-game camera, I don't think I have any complaints at all about the in-game camera. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I haven't really experienced too many crazy problems or issues. There were a couple of bugs or glitches, I think, that did get fixed, but yeah. Battle system, satisfied. Could be better, but could be a lot worse. Battle effects, you know, at first I thought it was a bit weird, but I don't really mind it too much. The tutorial, I'm neutral. It could be better, but it could be a lot worse. The UI/HUD and the ease of viewing buttons on screen, I'm indifferent. The graphic quality, I'm pretty satisfied with. I'd say that the graphics and the visuals of the game are pretty damn good. Online connection quality, so like, it's okay. So I guess I want to say neutral, but I'm really not neutral. Like, I just want better for these games. I don't want to say satisfied, because then they think that's okay. Is it crazy if I say dissatisfied? Because I don't, again, I guess the way I feel about it makes it seem like I should just pick neutral, but I want to encourage them for it to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, the online connection is okay, but like, anime games are, you know, falling behind in terms of online connectivity, and they've been behind for a while, but it's falling even further behind as stuff like rollback becomes the standard for like a lot of online fighting games and everything like that. And I'm not going to pretend to be a developer or an expert on programming or anything like that. I don't know how realistic or achievable it is for a game like this to ever have rollback or GGPO or anything like that for its netcode. I don't know how difficult or expensive something like that is for a game of this type. But when you have games like Guilty Gear and Tekken and even Mortal Kombat and like all your like mainstream, like, you know, more hardcore traditional fighting games, all those titles are making rollback netcode the standard. We've been pushing for that in every game, and those aren't the only ones. Right? I'm naming like the top mainstream games, but plenty, and I mean plenty of other games have rollback at this point, and even older games are getting it added retroactively. So I say dissatisfied only because that it's serviceable, but it could stand to be a lot better, and I would like to encourage them to continue to push what they do with these games. And when it comes to the sound design, I'm satisfied. What am I going to very satisfied? I think I'll say satisfied just because the music is incredible. The soundtrack is insanely good. The announcer, I don't hate it, but I don't love it for sure. The voice acting I think is good for the most part, but there are definitely actors who were replaced, and it's kind of like, I don't have super deep investment in some of those voice actors because I didn't grow up watching Bleach the same way. You know what I'm saying? I read it. I didn't watch most of it. I've been watching 1000 Year Blood War, but I didn't grow up watching the Bleach anime, so I don't have the same like attachment or nostalgia for some of those original actors. But also, like I said, going back to the story mode, I feel like the performance is a bit dry at times, and also some of the lines are read so slow that it just kind of, it gets, you know what I'm saying, kind of bores me a little bit. So I would say I'm satisfied with the sound overall. It's pretty good. The highlight being obviously the soundtrack, which I do think is very, very good. Based on your experience, please choose the likelihood of recommending Bleach Rebirth of Souls to a friend or acquaintance on a scale of 0 to 10. I say a 5. If you're a hardcore Bleach fan, if you're a diehard Bleach fan, I definitely recommend the game. I mean, just seeing some of your favorite characters just brought to life in the game, re-experiencing the story in the story mode, even if I do think it's lackluster, I think it'll be enjoyed by a lot of people. And frankly, I feel like I'm the outlier. I think I've seen mostly positive things about the story mode, which I love that for y'all. If you like it, if you enjoyed it, then they did something right. If it's appealing to Bleach fans, and that's all that matters, right? And I am a Bleach fan. I just would never call myself like a die-hard or like hardcore one, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I like the series a lot. I'm just trying to make sure that there's an understanding that I'm not trying to fake the funk, you know what I'm saying? But that being said, people who are much bigger Bleach fans than me seem to be enjoying the story mode, or seem to have enjoyed it a lot more than I did. Maybe it just means more to them as somebody who's a bigger fan of the series, right? But if you're not like a super big Bleach fan, then it's kind of like, yeah, you might like it, you might not. If you're a big anime game fan, I think you'll enjoy it. If you're looking, it also depends on what you're looking to get out of it. Like when it comes to the story mode, if that's the main thing you want, it's going to depend on how big of a Bleach fan you are, in my opinion. If you're looking for online content, then it's going to be lacking in some areas, but the gameplay itself still holds up, so I think it's pretty fun and might be worth your while. If you're looking for a more traditional fighting game experience, I think this does that better than other anime games have in the past, but it's not Tekken, it's not Guilty Gear, it's not Mortal Kombat, it's not, you know, Skullgirls, it's not anything like those games. It's not a Blaze Blue or anything like that. And if you're looking for single player content, well, outside of the story mode, you have the mission mode, which is, you know, it's kind of fun, I guess. It's like an arcade mode of sorts. It's not bad, but there's not a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? So I like, again, similar to how I feel about rating the game overall, I give it like a 5, maybe a 6. I can maybe bump this up to a 6 because if you're a big Bleach fan, then you're just gonna love the game regardless, right? It seems like most Bleach fans are very, very happy with the game. Please select all the following ways you saw or heard about Bleach Rebirth of Souls: TV programs, well, I don't watch TV, online advertisements, web banner ads, reviews on gaming sites, web articles. I don't think I really do stuff like that. YouTubers, yes. Social media, Discord, in-person events and showcases. I don't think I was at any locations where Bleach Rebirth of Souls was promoted or anything like that. Yeah, everything from Bandai Namco. Online storefronts, yes. Game section at a retail store, no. Actually, designated game stores, no. Social posts, yes. And yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Next, please select up to 3 sources of information that influence your decision to play Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Well, I was always going to play it regardless because I'm a content creator and a Bleach fan, so it was just no brainer. But I guess we'll say YouTubers and streamers and stuff. I mean, where are the options for me to just be like, I like Bleach, you know what I mean? Or like something like that, or like I was going to buy the game regardless, you know what I'm saying? I feel like those would be important. Out of the ones that they've listed, I mean, I guess just, you know, really this, just being one myself and is also interacting and creating content with other ones, probably the only really one that I feel the need to check. And it says up to 3, so I don't have to check 3, right? So I'm just gonna go with that one and then move on, honestly. Select up to 3 contents that influence your decision to play Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Wait, is that not the... Oh, okay, it's the specific ones. That first announcement trailer for show. Shinji Hiraka special trailer. The opening movies, I forget which ones were which. Streamed by streamers and influencers. Ruby Inside. I wanted to pick one of the opening movies, but I don't remember which one was which. But I remember, y'all know the one where I really, the Die for Love, whichever one that one was. I love that shit. But I mean, my mind was already made up at that point. I was definitely gonna play the game at that point. I think between the first announcement trailer for show got me hyped, got me excited. Then I'm gonna say streams by other influencers and streamers and everything like that, and then I'll say the Crew Be Inside, where we got to see more gameplay and see Kubo and everything. That was really, really cool. So I'll pick those 3. Please select all the reasons that apply to why you decided to play Bleach Rebirth of Souls. The combat seems strategically engaging. I was a fan of Bleach. There were many unique characters. The combat looked stylish. It had online competitive play. I don't want to say the combat seems that strategically engaging. It had promise and potential, and even so still, it definitely has some depth to it. I wouldn't say for me personally that's a selling point, because when I'm looking for something like that, I'm looking for games that are just a bit deeper than what Bleach Rebirth of Souls has to offer. Not that it doesn't have its own depth, but you know what I'm saying. There's levels to it, and I think this is on a decent level, but not the highest level for sure. It looked like I could enjoy exhilarating action. I could experience original Bleach storyline. Transformation evolution system seemed interesting. Yeah, my favorite characters in it. Yeah. Trailers and cinematics from the game look cooler. Stylish, very much so. I think the trailers were phenomenal for this game. Story, I could experience the story from the beginning. Game graphics was appealing. Pretty much everything. And I just because since I checked everything else, I feel compelled to check this one too. But like just being honest, it's like, well, you know, I had hopes for it. Fingers crossed. It's like, yeah, I'm hoping for a certain level of depth and engagement and everything like that. But it's just like that to me was not necessarily the selling point because I was always going to pick the game up regardless, right? So I guess you could say that with any of this stuff. But I went into this with expectations that it would be a simple game, that it would be another anime game with not a whole lot to keep me engaged from a combat standpoint, but I was hoping to be wrong about something like that, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one unchecked. Please select the option that best reflects your feelings about the following franchises. Bleach. Yeah, I like very much. So I'm actually still reading One Piece, as y'all know. I'm neutral on it. Like I talk trash about One Piece all the time. I don't actually hate One Piece. It wasn't really for me. But you know, I haven't hated my time reading it so far. What chapter am I on actually? If I open up my shonen jump back, because I've been reading on my phone as of late. I've been making very slow progress lately because I've just been busy and preoccupied with stuff, but we're still making our way through that story. I dislike the One Piece community more than the series itself. I'm on chapter 260. Yeah, I'm neutral on it. Naruto/Boruto, one of my favorites, and Marvel, I'm neutral. I don't really, Marvel's not really my thing. It just is what it is. Please select the option that best reflects your feelings about the manga and anime works of the Bleach series. Agent of the Shinigami arc. Somewhat like very much. I mean, I like all these arcs. I like all these arcs. Like I didn't really have a problem. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it all quite a lot, honestly. Please select all the game titles from the list below that you have played. Brave Souls, yes. The only other Bleach games I think I played were whichever one I played on Globku's channel, which I honestly don't even remember what the name of that game was. I have to look it up. And then I played Heat the Soul on the PSP, which isn't an option here. Oh wait, no, here it is. Bleach Heat the Soul series, Sparking Zero, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Jump Force, Ultimate Ninja series. Yeah, so I played most of these. Soul Resurrection, I don't think I ever actually, I know which, that's the PS3 game, right? I don't think I ever actually played that one. I have to look up real quick. What is the Bleach game that I played on Glob? That was Bleach Blade Brawl, which I don't see as an option on here. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and skip over that. Moving on. Please select up to 5 of the following game genres you like. Party, like Mario Party. Every game I like is turning into a party game. Battle Royale, no. Management/simulation, like The Sims, Football Manager, nah, not really for me. Open World Action Adventure. I mean, I don't really play many of these, but I guess I'll select this one because I can get down with that. RPGs I love, action RPGs, JRPGs probably my favorite. Sports games I play a lot of NBA 2K, action adventure I can rock with. Survival games, I don't really know if I play any survival games. MOBAs, no. Roguelikes, don't really play those too much. Love racing games, I'm a big Need for Speed guy. Don't play shooters. Platformers, very, very rarely, but I could rock with some Mario, I guess. Massive multiplayer online, so MMOs I never really play. Souls-likes. You know, I appreciate the genre. I haven't played that much of them, but you know, I'm not opposed to puzzle/platformers. Don't play those really that much. Fighting games, obviously, survival horror and strategy and real-time strategy. I don't really play those, if these are the types of examples we're talking about. So yeah, the genres I really play the most are JRPGs and fighting games, honestly. Like those are the two big ones for me, which I damn near feel like I should just uncheck everything that's not that. And then I would say it's followed up by sports because I play a lot of NBA 2K. Matter of fact, when I'm finished recording this video, I'm probably about to jump on there with the boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look like they actually waiting on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and hurry up with this because they are literally in call waiting on me right now as I check over on the Discord. But yeah, so moving on. No, oh wait, no more than 5. That's my fault. Okay. So I'm tripping. I forgot that fast. So we'll take this one out. We'll take out the regular RPGs because I definitely play way more regular RPGs. Action platformer, we can take that out. We can take out action RPG. So how many are we at now? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me take out one more. We'll take out Souls-like because I really don't play those. I guess if I'm picking 5, we'll say it's probably these 5. Yeah, JRPGs, fighting games, sports games, we'll say action, adventure, and racing. Yeah, that sounds good. Indicate your gender. I am male. Indicate your age. We still keeping that on the low ski. Where do you live? Okay, we're definitely keeping that one on the low ski. Unless this is asking for my country. Okay, this is asking for country. That's fine. Please provide any feedback on Bleach Rebirth of Souls, including any suggestions or requests you may have in as much detail as possible. Okay, I was not expecting an open-ended segment like this. Oh man, I wish I had known this was going to be on here. I would have prepared some stuff and written something up in order for me to properly submit this. Okay, I'm going to take my time and actually write some stuff out here. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back after spending a bunch of time writing out a bunch of stuff. I actually did write quite a lot here. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I'm forgetting that I would have liked to include here. But like I said, I wasn't prepared for there to be a section like this, and I put some thought into things that I wanted. But like, obviously adding ranked, I talked about some of the stuff I felt about the story mode, adding new lobbies with a bunch of different options, or like, you know, increasing the size of the lobbies, having private, public, 2 to 8 players, passcode, on, off, region, connection speed, lobby rules, match rules, all that stuff, crossplay, costumes, DLC, stuff about combos and everything like that, how I feel about meter. Something I pointed out with like Toshido's Bankai with the wings, just kind of feel like they get in the way, faster move speed. Like I wrote a bunch of stuff here. You guys can feel free to pause and copy any of this if you want to, whether you agree or disagree with any of this, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm sure there's a bunch more stuff I could write if I want to sit here even longer and think more about it all. But yeah, I mean, I think this should suffice for now. Actually, before I submit this, I'm going to copy and paste this to my WordPad. Maybe I will leave it somewhere for either myself or... All right, so moving on. If you have any requests for new console/PC games based on Bleach, not just Bleach Rebirth of Souls, please feel free to answer what kind of gameplay would you like to experience. Oh, for me, this is easy. A 2D Bleach fighting game. Yeah, I mean, for me, like, you know, something in the vein of a Dragon Ball FighterZ, obviously, would be ideal. A more traditional fighting game, and like, I get this is already a fighting game, but you know what I mean. Like something like that would be, hey man. But other than that, I mean, yeah, or just a straight up RPG. Like, yeah, well, I guess it would be a JRPG, right, or a Bleach JRPG. I guess I'll say like Dragon Ball FighterZ or Gears 5 or Bleach JRPG, like a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I guess, but hopefully better than that game. I know a lot of you guys actually like Kakarot, so if Bleach were to get a Kakarot game, you would probably love it. For me, I just didn't like the gameplay of Kakarot, but obviously this wouldn't play exactly like that, but I don't know. That's just the best thing I could compare it to, I guess, as far as anime games go off the top of my head. I really want to come up with a better example, but I just don't have one right now. Oh, you know what? You know what else I would be down for? And no one else is going to care about this but me, right? I don't think anybody else but me want to see that, but you know, cause why would anybody want that? But I would like to see it. Including your previous answers, please select all that apply to the new Bleach console/PC games you would like to play in the future. Oh wait, oh, cause so they're okay. Story-focused fighting action game that lets you relive the lost agent of the Soul Reaper Arc 2000. That's oddly specific. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge type beat. Like, are y'all already working on this? Cause you know, Bleach Rebirth of Souls 2. Yeah, Bleach Rebirth of Souls 2 already in the works. Is that, you know what I'm saying? Story-focused fighting action game featuring completely original storyline. I'd be down for it. Fighting action game focused on online battles with large roster playable characters. Yes. Large-scale battle action focused game, or game focused on reliving the story mode where you defeat multiple enemies alone. Sure. Large-scale battle action game with a completely new story where you defeat multiple enemies alone. Sure. RPG with a completely new story featuring an original. Yeah, I'm down for all of that. I mean, the thing is, for me, like, I want to see Bleach continue to thrive and be relevant and get new games and content, especially after being in a drought for so long. So you could basically make whatever, and I'm gonna say, yeah, go for it. There's things I would rather see compared to others. Like for me, a Bleach JRPG or 2D Bleach fighting game would be like my ideal and most highly requested personally, but you make any of this stuff, like, I'll probably check it out. And this concludes the survey. Thank you for your cooperation. So like I said before, links to this will be in the description down below. You guys can check it out and fill it out for yourself, and I highly encourage you to do so. And yeah, man, be sure to be as detailed and thorough as you can. Like I said, I got pretty detailed with some of my responses. Excuse me, I probably could have put in even more time and effort and energy into it, but yeah, I might have prepared something more for that had I anticipated or expected to see something like that. But hopefully what I submitted was was at least beneficial and helpful and good enough to some extent. But that concludes the survey. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all the awesome content I'm bringing you. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I have today. And remember, nothing can happen to you swimming bad. Later.